Hi, my name's Brandon Buchanan. I'm a senior. I live on campus in O'Neill, and I'm a gay student here at Notre Dame. Um, I guess, first of all, I'll start off with why I came to Notre Dame. That's pretty much a pretty popular question about why would you come here, considering that this is a Catholic campus and all the misconceptions about what Catholicism means for gay people here at Notre Dame. First of all, uh, I am sort of a nerd. I really wanted to go to a place that really developed me academically. But during high school, I was also pretty Catholic, and I was really interested in the service aspects of the university. Um, when I came to choosing colleges, I really wanted to find a place that developed me as a whole person, that developed me both as a person involved in service, involved in sort of extracurriculars, who really was a well-rounded individual instead of just a brain. So I decided to come here, and really what what clinched it for me was that welcome home packet that they send everyone with their acceptance letter. And who doesn't want to be welcomed home? I felt like choosing Notre Dame was choosing a place where I would be welcomed, that I would be accepted. And I really hadn't dealt with any of the issues of sexuality, so that really didn't play a part in my college making decision. Um, so, in terms of that, it wasn't really an issue that I thought of. I came to Notre Dame, and the first week that I was here, my freshman year roommate came out to me. At this point, I wasn't out, had never thought about these things, and I didn't know what to think. I sort of put it on hold, like, I believe you're a good person, but I don't know what to think about gay people. I have to sort of go back to the church on that one. I need to find out more. And sort of throughout freshman year, through all the ups and downs that I'm sure freshmen, every freshman goes through, I was also dealing and struggling with this issue. But I was doing a lot of it internally, dealing with questions of sexuality. How do I relate to other people? And I finally really came to a decision or a realization about my sexuality at the beginning of sophomore year. I uh, I ended up coming out. The first person that I came out to was my mom. Oddly enough, a lot of people find that surprising, but my mom and I are really close. I'm from Indianapolis, so that the road between here and 31 is really, really, really boring. Corn and soybeans. So a sort of family tradition for me is on road trips, we have deep talks, just talking about whatever comes to mind. And this was something that I really felt I had to disclose, I had to talk about, especially with someone who thought that they knew me so well that they didn't know this aspect of me. So I came out to my mom, coming into the very sketchy part of South Bend, just saying, oh, hey, I like guys. She was like, what? I was like, I like guys. She was like, oh, okay. Um, I was a little bit dumbfounded. I think I had expected a lot worse than what I ended up getting in terms of a response. My mom was really great about it. She said that it's about the person you bring home. It's about whether or not they have character. If they're shallow, I'll tell you to get rid of them. If not, then I don't think that their gender should matter. Which was a great launching point for me. It was a great way to sort of come out onto campus and feel like I was rooted in family, in my home life. But there were still a lot of issues in terms of dealing with campus culture and dealing with other friends. I had people who were not necessarily as accepting. I was active in my dorm religious life, and that was something that I sort of fell out of when I realized that the same people who were saying comments like, that's so gay, or calling each other fags or any of these other things were the same people who were saying peace be with you during our mass. I didn't feel like that community was really being upheld in both areas. For me, I've had great experiences. When I went abroad to London, I found a huge amount of people who were accepting and open and wanted to know more, and were really, really great in finding that community that I had been looking for the previous 2 years here at Notre Dame. But at the same time, coming back to the bubble, coming back to Notre Dame, I had people who would tear things down on my door. I had people who, when they thought that I wasn't listening, I had a friend walking through the dorm, and Thirsty Thursdays, guys are drinking. A guy had been drinking, didn't have his shirt on, and his friend said, "Put your shirt back on. There are gays in this section." Things like that you don't think really gets back to the people that it affects, but I mean it does. I can't say, though, that my experiences have been all negative. There have been these sort of dark points along this journey here at Notre Dame, but something that I think I came into when I came to Notre Dame was the thought that when you're welcomed home, when you come to a place, that this family, that this community is just going to fall into your lap. But I found that instead it's something that you have to look for. These people are here. There are resources. There is a community of allies and LGBT people that you can depend on, that you can rely on to talk about issues, to talk about things that affect you. But you have to find them, and you have to find these resources. And that's part of what I think Core Council is really important as far as a resource. And I think for me, something that has been the most critical part of Notre Dame has been really finding allies, finding straight people who are willing to talk to me, to talk about the issues that I think are important, to hear my story. I think that those things are what make community so important here at Notre Dame.